together. Om Ajaya Namah, Om Avyayaya Namah, Om Avinashine Namah, Om Achintyaya Namah, Om Aprameyaya Namah, Om Advitiyaya Namah, Om Aniketaya Namah, Om Anushasana Priyaya Namah, Om Antasakshine Namah, Om Antaryamine Namah, Om Anandaya Namah, Om Atmaswarupaya Namah, Om Anglavasha Viduttamaya Namah, Om Ishwaraya Namah, Om Udara Hridayaya Namah, Om Utsahavardhakaya Namah, Om Ekasmai Namah, Om Omkaravide Namah, Om Karunasagaraya Namah, Om Karmaparayanaya Namah, Om Kalatitaya Namah, Om Kaivalyaswarupaya Namah, Om Kritatmane Namah, Om Kritakrityaya Namah, Om Gita Jnana Yajna Pracharakaya Namah, Om Gurave Namah, Om Gunatitaya Namah, Om Grantakrite Namah, Om Chinmayaya Namah, Om Chinna Samshayaya Namah, Om Jagadatmane Namah, Om Jagat Sakshine Namah, Om Janapriyaya Namah, Om Jitendriyaya Namah, Om Jiva Brahmaikyavide Namah, Om Jivan Muktaya Namah, Om Jirna Mandirodharakaya Namah, Om Tapovana Shishyaya Namah, Om Tapasvine Namah, Om Tapanashanaya Namah, Om Tirthaswarupaya Namah, Om Tejasvine Namah, Om Dehatitaya Namah, Om Dvandvatitaya Namah, Om Dridanischayaya Namah, Om Dharma Samstapakaya Namah, Om Dhimate Namah, Om Dhiraya Namah, Om Dairyapradaya Namah, Om Narayanaya Namah, Om Nijanandaya Namah, Om Nirapekshaya Namah, Om Nisprihaya Namah, Om Nirupamaya Namah, Om Nirvikalpaya Namah, Om Nityaya Namah, Om Niranjanaya Namah, Om Paramaya Namah, Om Parabrahmane Namah, Om Pavanaya Namah, Om Pavakaya Namah, Om Purushottamaya Namah, Om Prasannatmane Namah, Om Palasaktirahitaya Namah, Om Bahubhaktaya Namah, Om Bandhamochakaya Namah, Om Brahmanishtaya Namah, Om Brahmaparaya Namah, Om Vayanashanaya Namah, Om Bharata Gauravaya Namah, Om Bhumne Namah, Om Mahavakyopadeshakaya Namah, Om Maharshaye Namah. Om Madhurasvabhavaya Namah. Om Manoharaya Namah. Om Mahatmane Namah. Om Medavine Namah. Om Yatatmane Namah. Om Yajnakrite Namah. Om Lokaprasiddhaya Namah. Om Vagmine Namah. Om Vibhave Namah. Om Vinodapriyaya Namah. Om Vinayashilaya Namah. Om Vitaragaya Namah. Om Vedanta Vidyaya Namah. Om Shantaya Namah. Om Shanti Pradaya Namah. Om Shastrodharakaya Namah. Om Shuddha Sattvaya Namah. Om Shruti Parakaya Namah. Om Shrotriyaya Namah. Om Sannyasine Namah. Om Sambuddhaye Namah. Om Satchidanandaya Namah. Om Sarvahita Chintakaya Namah. Om Satya Sankalpaya Namah. Om Santushtaya Namah. Om Sadhave Namah. Om Sumanase Namah. Om Suhrude Namah. Om Swayam Jyotishe Namah. Om Siddhaprajnaya Namah. Om Kshamaashilaya Namah. Om Jnanamurtaye Namah. Om Jnanayogine Namah. Om Jnanatriptaya Namah. Om Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupaya Namah. Om Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupaya Namah. Om Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupaya Namah. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namah. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namah. Something is going on.
The song?
Alarm.
No, that's the refrigerator.
We have completed so far 41 names out of 108 names. What is that?
Nothing.
No, it stopped. No, it's still on. That's not.
The refrigerator.
Something? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a refrigerator.
Okay. Doesn't matter. So it's not alarm. So we are going to see the 42nd name, which is Tejasvine Namah. All names of the 108 names are indicating qualities of a Mahatma, a man of great knowledge and divinity and realization. So it is said that when we want to emulate a quality, it is best to have a person who has that quality. Such will be the inspiration. If you do not have a person who has exhibiting, who has the virtue, it will be hard for us to even comprehend what that virtue is all about. For example, when you talk about non-violence or ahimsa, what comes to your mind at once? Gandhiji, right? Was it not there before? That quality was spoken in Gita also and many other places. So, why is that when you say ahimsa, why Gandhiji's face comes to your mind? He exhibited that quality. He showed what it is. So, before that, there are many people who might have practiced also. But at once, what comes to our mind is a person who had shown that it is not just an idea, it is a practical virtue which leads to goodness, leads to success, leads to achievement. leads to divinity, right? Leads to saintliness. In the same way, there are so many qualities that are there in a man of great knowledge. Even if we take one among the many qualities, we will find that we are better off. It is very hard for us to change. That's our problem. We may take a resolution on the 1st of January, resolve, and then 2nd of January it gets dissolved. Any resolve is for evolving, right? To go from one level of awareness or understanding to the next level. And we are, as human beings, here to evolve from one level to another. And if we are not doing anything about it, then we will be in the status quo all the time. So it is said in the Gita itself, Urdhvam gacchanti sattvastaha. Urdhva means to the next level, higher level. Gacchanti goes. Sattvastaha, those who have sattvic qualities. So sattva is a quality or set of qualities that can make us move to the next level of awareness. Let me give you an example. You send your children to school. What do you expect them to have at the end of 10 years of going to school? A different level of awareness. Isn't it? But this kind of level of awareness is not found. A dog that you will be having as a pet or a cat you have as a pet. You may have 20 years of that. That cat doesn't behave differently than a cat. Cat becomes a lion. Dog becomes a horse. Can it change its level of awareness? It cannot. Dog awareness will remain dog awareness only. Cat awareness will remain cat awareness only. But the human beings alone are capable of changing themselves from one level to another level. That's why you send the school to school or university, etc. As much as we become more aware of how to deal with the worldly situations by education, ourselves, how do we handle ourselves? That is called spiritual education. Which is not taught in the universities or in the schools. After all, let us say that you are learning, I think you are doing psychology or something, right? How to handle anger. What is the thing that they will tell you in your psychology school? What do they say? Take a shower. At the maximum. Some people say that if I am to take shower for anger, I have to be under shower all the time. One boy went to school and he came with a black eye, Oh, mother said, every day you come with some problem or the other. What is your problem? I think you have an anger issue. Right? So, next day, tomorrow onwards, whenever you get angry, count 100. Then your anger will subside. Okay. Next day he came with red eye on the black eye on the other side. So what's wrong? I told you that count 100. Yeah, my friend mother told him to count only 50. So anger as a psychological situation, at the psychological situation, taking mind for granted as true, you will handle at that point. But what spirituality teaches is there a mind at all? That is the question. Don't take it for granted there is a mind and we have to handle that mind. Or if you are angry, and you are angry means not your body is angry, your mind is angry, right? Your thoughts are at the level of anger. So I need to understand that your mind is angry. So how to handle that mind? How to handle that emotion? That's what is taught. But what the great masters like Gurudev, or we read in the Upanishad and Gita, etc., question even the existence of the mind. Go to the fundamentals. Why do you take it for granted there is something called the mind and then take it seriously and then handle it? So, the spiritual subject is far deeper. They don't take anything for granted. They question it. As much as when you go outside in daytime tomorrow and you see a blue sky there up in the sky, you take it for granted there is a blue sky. But is there a blueness in the sky? Science is not that asking that question? Is it really there is a blueness in the sky, or you are only looking at it? Where is the blueness? There or here? What is the answer science gives? Where is the blueness? Is it in your eyes, or it is there up in the sky? What is the answer? What is the answer? So you realize that the blueness is not the reality. Blueness is what you see. So also anger or any of these things, are they real, or I am assuming it? So this way, the sattva is a quality which will bring you to a new level of awareness. Thus you evolve. So Gita says, Urdhvam gacchanti sattvastaha. Men of this kind of awareness, they move to the next level. Madhye tishtanti rajasaha. Those who don't ask these questions, those who don't inquire in this direction, they remain in the same condition where you and I are. Presently, taken for granted, subject to anger, sorrow, lust, passion, greed, jealousy, and everybody around us are of the same, exhibiting such kind of expressions of emotions. So there also it is, we take it for granted, it's right. Never question it. So what happens? We stay in the same level of awareness and we never move up. In the process, you may ask, so what is the problem? Why? So it's okay. But ultimately, we become victim of such emotions and feelings and depressions, whatnot. And then at the maximum, you can overcome them with some medicines. Stress releasing medicines or some depression medicine. And that's what most people are at the level of handling these problems with medicines, with some treatments. And somebody is making money out of it. Cymbalta can help. You take the and then they go on to, and at some point of time that medicine will also become useless because it has lost its virility. Then you have to go to the next one, and it goes on. Right? Now this is okay, at least. The next one is worse. Adho gacchanti tamasaha. People who do consciously wrong, they go down. At least the people who are in the rajasic nature, they suffer their own problems without moving forward because there is no inquiry. But the worst case is causing trouble to others. Such people only go down in their evolution. You see? So therefore, the nature of rajas where most of us live in, where we are succumbing ourselves to demands of our own senses, demands of our own ego, prejudices, strong likes and dislikes, judgments. Such people cannot understand two things. Neither they are physically healthy nor they are mentally healthy. And our scriptures talk about two kinds of health in general. The physical health is known as ojas and mental health is known as tejas. That's why I'm coming to that point. Now, when you go to a party or when you go to a gathering like this, there are varieties of food kept for you. I hope. You invite people and all of them have only curd rice. Yogurt rice for everybody. That's it. So when you go for and inviting people, obviously different people have different tastes. The larger the group, more will be the variety. At home, every day you don't put, maybe curd rice and some other rice, finished, over. But when you are inviting a set of people, then you may have different options. Right? Now, I who is aware of my physical health should decide what will suit my physical condition. Right? If I eat something which will disturb my stomach or it will disturb my sleep, I should become aware of that, nobody else. So there are specific details are given in our scriptures about what condition is your body and how to take care of the balancing of your body. I'm not going into the subject because that is not the subject here. So for example, Ayurveda and such other sciences talk about 3 doshas which we have, or 3 elements that decide our health: water, fire and wind. Kapha, water; Vata, wind; Pitta, fire. These 3 elements decide the nature of your body. So, if I am a person who has more of Vata, wind, then I should avoid food that will increase it. And vice versa. Now, if I am a person who has a water body, then I should avoid those things which will increase that. If I have more of fire, then I should avoid. So, this kind of a balancing of everyday food, not once in a while, this will create what is known as ojas, the balance of the body's energy. But our spiritual science is not about ojas. This is a physical science. The spiritual science is about tejas. So tejas is not a physical condition or physical brightness or health, though it helps. Tejas is the brilliance, the intellectual acumen, the ability to comprehend things clearly, understand well, and more importantly, by choice you can make your mind quiet. That is the real brilliance. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, Tejaha Tejasvine Aham, in 7th chapter. I am the brilliance among the brilliant. In fact, he takes credit of everything. Anything that is best, me. Anything, see, one may wonder, Bhagavan, the Lord, where does he appear in front of us? That is a question. Arjuna asked this question. How do I know you? He says, anything that is prominent and brilliant in this world, understand my presence is there in that. Anything that is prominently there, successfully there, it is because I am present there. That's the reason it happens. And therefore he says in the 15th chapter, Yad adityagatam tejaha jagat vasayate akilam yad chandramasi yaccha agnau tat tejo viddhi mamakam. The tejas is that brilliance, yad adityagatam, that which is found in the sun. Is it not true that the entire world in which we live can exist only when the warmth and the light of the sun is present? Think of a world where there is no sun. Not only it is dark, nothing will grow. Nothing will have the energy, potency. That's why the potency which the sun gives through his light is called Pushan. That's why it's called Pushan. Poshan Karta. One who brings potentiality, one who brings the edibleness in food. So, in the absence of sun, how the entire existence will come to a standstill? That is Bhagavan's grace. So the tejas that is there in the sun is me. Yat adityagatam tejaha jagat agilam vasayate, because of which the entire world is illumined. Not only the light, but brings to life. And one may say that, okay, during the daytime you have the sun. What about the night? Yet Chandramasi. That which is there in Chandrama. Obviously, the light of the moon is nothing but reflection of the sun. But the beauty is that the reflected light from the moon also has a power. It is experimented in the Russian scientists have experimented a long time back. Our Gurudev had also quoted in some places. In some place they have done an experimentation of not exposing a set of fruits or vegetables in the sun, in the moon, in the moonlight, in the night they covered it. And another set of fruits and vegetables, they left it as it is, exposed to the moon. There is a big difference in the taste. The taste that of those which are not exposed to moon versus those which are exposed to moon. So that means, through the moon also, the Tejas is working to make the food more consumable. And the third Tejas which Krishna points out is fire. Yad adityagadam tejaga jagat pasiyade kilam yet chandramasi yetcha agnau tat tejo viddhimamaham. The fire also is equally a power presence of Tejas. Why? Because without the fire, there cannot be cooking at all. Isn't it? Even a microwave is actually fire only. Any element of fire. Even our physical body has got certain amount of heat. That is also the heat of the fire created by the consumption of food or exposure to sun. So, Bhagavan Krishna says that Tejas is not only a physical brilliance, but most importantly, the intellectual ability. So, what do you expect your children to have at the end of some 10 years of schools or 15 years of school? I was telling him also while coming, it is not just they know the subject, it is that they know how to think. Given the information, given all the various input of knowledge, the boy or the girl is now capable of thinking independently. Today's world, what happens is, if you ask question to any of the kids, they immediately go to the computer, Google, trying to find out from, already found information. Have you thought about that subject independently? Then it is brilliance. We have intellect, but not intellectual. We may have brain, but we are not brainy. Physical brain does not mean that you are a brainy person. But how are you using the brain? So, brilliance is the ability to independently think and come to conclusions. That is what makes the brilliance. So, Bhagavan Krishna says this brilliance is necessary for you to move to the next level of awareness. That's what is called sattva. So, in Rajas, there is no real growth. The movement is like in this way. There is no upward movement, only sideward movement. This is what happens to us also, right? In the first 15-20 years, we grow. Once this growth starts, the front and the back and every direction. The movement becomes not upward, it's sidewards. Afterward what happens? It bends down, downwards only. There are only three possible movements. One is upward, one is sidewards, or downwards. And the fourth dimension is also there, inward. So our education makes us go upward. Our prosperity, working hard, Rajas makes us go sidewards. Our own, imperfect or impure thinking go downwards, but spirituality makes you go inwards. This inward movement is called spiritual brilliance, Tejas. So, in today's world, there is a lot of scientific progress, lot of discoveries, lot of inventions, lot of conveniences. In the process, we fail to go inside. We have all the gadgets. Whatever we want, we can quickly do it. If I want to call someone, it's faster. If I want to send a message, it's so fast. If I want to reach someplace, it's fast. In the process, we are so busy with this. See, earlier times they had everything slow. Whether if you want to, make dosa, for example, you have to physically sit and do it. And that's an exercise, actually. Nowadays, you go in the LA Fitness to do the same thing. Earlier times, when you want a yogurt to become, what do you call, out of yogurt, you want to make makan. No, they have to do the elliptical. You see, they have already done that, and then they pound, etc. So much of exercise is done. Now you pay money and do the same thing. And outcome is what? Nothing. No makan. Anyway, so earlier times they had to do everything, physically. For example, weaving a cloth. Nowadays it's all machine. And earlier times you have to weave, give to that fellow and he starts weaving. If you go to the hand weaving, and nowadays your handloom or hand weaving is so costly because not many people do it. And I'm telling you why. Because in India, in Tamil Nadu, there was a person, I'm sure you know. You know Tamil? Yeah. You are Tamil, is it? Okay, good. How many of you Tamil here? Okay. This person who was a weaver, and he used to sit down and start weaving. The sound of the weaving, ta-tak, ta-tak, tak, ta-tak, tak. Ta-tak, ta-tak, tak, ta-tak, tak. This is the sound. With that sound, he started composing. It's called Tirukural. Very famous 1336 verses.
Yeah.
On subject matter called what is right thing to do in life, how to enjoy life, and what is the third one?
There are four or five.
Only three. Arathupal. Kamathapal, you know, it was in between. Porudpal. How to make money. So, Dharma, Artha, Kama. And it is said he wrote on moksha also, but not available.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Dharma means how to do the right thing. Artha means how to gain wealth or administer wealth or administer anything. Then how to enjoy things. Now, where did he get the time? When he was doing that work is physically being, very actively he was doing all right. But the mind was calm. Mind was available. Mind had enough time to think about it. Now why I am saying this is today's world we are busy doing so many things. Our mind is not available for anything. One is over to the second one. The second is over, third is over, fourth. And at the end of it, I'm tired. Earlier times they had to do everything and still they had time. Now everything is so quick and we don't have time. Is it not an irony? Most of the creations are done in this world when the mind is quiet. Look at the beautiful churches, beautiful temples, beautiful architecture. Do you think it is machine made and ready made? It is not. They had to work on it patiently. Which means what? Brilliance is only in a quiet mind. Sattva, therefore, quietens the mind. Rajas, extrovertedness, agitates it. And tamas makes you sleep. That's why Krishna says in 14th chapter, Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. True knowledge takes place when the mind is quiet. And the knowledge is not a book made or from the Google. your own knowledge, your own comprehension, your own understanding, which is what is called brilliance. How do I see it? Is it not true? In today's world also, if somebody made something unique, it comes out of that person's independent thinking. A new composition or a new creation, a new discovery that comes out of that individual in the quiet mind bringing something new to the world. That is sattva. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. Rajaso loba evacha. Krishna makes it clear, if your mind is rajasic, there is only greed. Greed, discontentment, insatiable desire, wanting to indulge, acquire, prove, control. That is the nature of rajas. So it's opposite to tejas. And what is the nature of tamas? Pramada moho tamasaha bhavataha ajnanamevacha. Pramada, erroneousness. Moha, delusion. Sleep. Lethargy. Laziness. This is the nature of tamas. So, a Tejasvi, that's the Gurudev's name, one of the name, Tejasvine, is a quiet mind. And he always said, quiet and alert mind is a mind the most suitable for meditation. This quietude is not out of hatred. This quietude is not an escapism. This quietude is not a forceful control. It is settling down. Mind has settled down. Mind has become calm and peaceful. It is not looking for things anymore outside. It is similar to that of when you go to sleep. You postpone everything, right? Anything that needs to be done, okay, kal karenge. Tomorrow will do. In the same way, the mind has decided to let go things, not to get any more interested. Some people ask me this question, Swamiji, why not you eat, this or that? I said, next life. not tomorrow, next life. Postpone it to next life, then there's no problem. Huh? Why do we need to worry about the next life? Agle janam mein karenge, abhi nahi. So mind has become content. Only a content mind can be quiet mind. And a quiet mind alone can be alert. Only alert mind alone can be creative. So the one who has consciously developed the attitude of quietude out of contentment, satisfaction within oneself is a man of tejas. And that has come out of independent thinking. Not by reading too many books, not because somebody advised him to do so, not out of frustration, not out of hatred to the world. It is because I am done with the world. I am done. There is nothing I need from this anymore. I am happy within myself. And such a mind is called tejas. That mind alone can look into new way of thinking. That's why when you see the commentary written by Gurudev on Upanishad and Gita, etc., so much of creativity in thinking. The same idea, but put it in so many different ways to make sure that people understand the content. In those 42 years of his life as a missionary, life as a saint, where he had reached out to thousands of people, so much of enthusiasm to talk, so much of enthusiasm to share those ideas. And since I have seen him in close quarters, I will tell you, when you are in his presence, you cannot even wink an eye. That much of power or brilliance. Even you are there, you have to be alert. You cannot even close your eyes. So it is said that Mahatmas carry that power of brilliance, like when Buddha was alive, for a radius of almost 2 miles, the brilliance was present. So such is the power of the mind. Such is the power of the inner self. We may think the mind is inside. Actually, it is not inside. This is a psychology, Western psychology. Mind is actually outside. It is controlling the body from outside. Let me give you a reason for that. When a person dies, where does he go? Where does he go? Where does he or she go? Whatever, soul does not have any say.
Back into the
It leaves the body, right? If I have to drop the body, where should I be? Inside or outside?
Outside.
Now, now let me give another experimentation to you. You take a child, 2-year-old, 1 or 2 years old, and the child is playing around, and you pick up the child in your hand and carry from here to there. Okay? After some time, when the child has gone to sleep, you carry that child. You will see a marked difference in the weight. Have you tried it? Have you tried it?
Yeah.
When your child is awake, it will be easy for you to carry. The same child is when it is sleeping, it will be heavier. Why? How can suddenly it got heaviness? The mind has dropped it. When the child is awake, the mind is holding it. Mind is carrying it. When the child is not awake, it becomes heavy. It just leaves. Even in the case of a body of a dead person, think about it. 4 people cannot even carry that body. What happens? Suddenly heavy. Where does the heaviness coming from? Mind is outside. It is carrying this body. That's why it can leave it. In meditation, the mind which is already gone outside, it just discards the body. It just leaves it. So, the deeper science of spirituality does not accept the Western idea of psychology. Western idea of psychology is mind is true. Whereas the Eastern wisdom says mind is questionable. It is not located and conditioned inside your brain. It is outside it. Once you realize that your presence is outside the physical body, then you know it opens up a different dimension of thinking afterwards. So a person of Tejas, a person of Sattva, a person of brilliance is one who has gone beyond the barriers and conditions of the physical body. He is no more conditioned by the brain or a physical apparatus. And that happens, that enhances the meditation that he or she does over a period of time, enhances that power. And such a person, a man of brilliance, is one who can at once stop the mind. He can stop the thought. And that makes a person discover his or her spiritual self. It is beyond the mind. It's the consciousness. Beyond the mind is that awareness. So that is the reason why Bhagavan Krishna says such a person of brilliance moves upward to the next level. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam, and then urdhvam gacchandi sattvastaha. So this brilliance cannot be understood in our physical understanding, is difficult. That's why Krishna gives the equal, or what you call, simile to that, like the brilliance of the sun, like the brilliance of the moon, like the brilliance of the fire, because there is no other comparison you can bring. Just like the sun is so bright, brilliant, just like the fire is so bright and brilliant, so is the brilliance or tejas of a man of spiritual nature. So that is the reason why traditionally we light a lamp. This lamp which is lit in front of God shows the Tejas. See, when you light a lamp, what happens at once is darkness is gone. Around it at least. Correct? Darkness is gone. So the one particular, immediate result of lighting a lamp is the removal of darkness. Next one is, you put your hand and then you'll know it. It will burn you. In the same way, a man of brilliance brings light around him, around her. A person of brilliance is one who can distribute knowledge, who can bring a new awareness to people. And he will burn all negativities. So when you are in the presence of such a Mahatma, no negative thought will cross your mind, because he will burn it immediately. So that is the beauty of a Mahatma who enjoys his own brilliance. And it is said in the Upanishad, when such a person starts, explaining the verses or the mantras of the Upanishad, the content or the meaning opens up. After all, so many years before also, Bhagavad Gita was taught, Bhagavad Gita was read by many people. But when Gurudev came into the scene, he gave a new interpretation to the whole thing. Not that people at that time, they did not know about Gita. They knew it. But the way he would explain suddenly opens up a new way of thinking. That's the reason why when he started explaining Gita to masses, people in thousands and thousands came to listen to him. Because they never heard this way of talking about Gita. During those times when he was giving lectures, before that, Gita was taught only to few people in maybe in an ashram or in some learning centers, not to common man. It is the brilliance of Swami Tejasvine Chinmayanandaji who he said, no, this is not for just a set of priests and scholars. It is for a common man. And so it is the brilliance of personally thinking about it that made him able to reach out to common man, explain to him also or her also, this Gita is relevant to you as well. In fact, when he wanted to write the commentary on Bhagavad Gita, he went to his master's abode, Swami Tapovan. And he sat there and started writing. And people asked later on, Swamiji, because all of his other commentaries on Upanishad, etc., were talks given by him and transcribed by others. But Bhagavad Gita, he did not do that. He himself sat down and wrote. And somebody asked why. He said, when I was being taught by my guru, Swami Tapovan, he taught me Upanishad, he taught me everything. And when it came to Bhagavad Gita, he looked at him, his master. Swami Tapovan looked at him and said, I have taught you everything that you need to know. If you want to know about Bhagavad Gita, think about yourself. Think of yourself. Do it independently. I give you my blessings. You have to think yourself to do it. Therefore, he said, when I decided to write Gita's commentary, I went to his abode, sat down, as though he is talking to me, as though he is teaching me each one of them. I sat down and wrote. So the entire Gita, all the 700 verses, over a period of time, he sat down at the kutir of Swami Tapovanam, meditating upon his master. He started writing. So, therefore, we find the brilliance of a master, coming out in his own words. And it is more important that, when you read the commentary written by Gurudev, when you read, you may understand. But if you listen to him in person, the understanding is totally different. The knowledge will directly hit you. It is like, when you are listening to some music by a singer versus you are in the concert. your enjoyment will be much different and much greater. Why it is so? Same song. But you see, alive, the music is coming from that person. In the same way, the saint, when he is talking, you see that knowledge is actually being demonstrated there. So that is a joy many of us had of having the opportunity to listen in person, explaining the verses of Bhagavad Gita. Nowadays you have the video to listen to or watch and listen, but nothing like being there. And because we had the opportunity to not only listen to him while he was talking on the subject matter, but outside that also, how he would speak about many different trivial things, but with so much of brilliance, so much of thinking behind that. I remember once I was in Siddhabari where I was learning, and Gurudev's lectures were going on Vivek Chodamani, and one occasion where we were to perform a puja next day, and I was in charge of arranging the whole place. So we were to put the lamps for people to sit and do puja, lamps in one single straight line. So, and I have asked the students who are studying with me to arrange the lamps, and I was sitting there and looking at whether they are in the same line, because Gurudev is very particular. It has to be straight line. If they do it that way, I move this side, and it is a zigzag and all those things. I was doing that. It was close to 12 o'clock in the midnight. And Gurudev's kutir was just 25, 30 feet away from us. So we are quietly doing it, not to disturb him. And I was telling, hey, move that, move this. Suddenly I hear or felt somebody next to me. Stupid! I said, who is this? And looked at Gurudev was standing there. How can you be so stupid? I said, what is wrong? Give him a rope. It has to be straight. Give him a rope and put the rope straight. It has to be straight. Why are you doing move this? So, see, this thing is, it's a simple thing. But it requires that alertness. At 12 midnight, I never expected Swami to stand there next to me and directing this to me. I just said, okay, I will do it. Think, he said, think before doing anything. So on many occasions I have come across he directly instructing him. Why don't you just think? So that's what he always would emphasize. Only a quiet mind can think right. A busy mind which is extrovert and doing too many things cannot bring that brilliance, cannot have that ability to go deeper. And that's why I said today's world we have so many gadgets, so many things, and we are so busy with so many things, especially the email thing. Tiding, it comes all the time and you have to answer it. And you answer it more, it comes. That's another problem. You can never end, constant attention on so many things you are supposed to have. I wonder what we were doing when there was such a communication was not there. You write a letter, to 15 days later only it reaches there, and 15 days later it comes back to you. So you wait for an answer 30 days. Think of it. Now 30 seconds you don't WhatsApp immediately. Why you are not answering? Think about 30 days. Is it not occasions where we wrote to our parents and then in 30 days later there is a result? Yes. What do you mean by yes after 30 days? What does it mean? Should I do this? After 30 days, yes, you do it.
Taught us patience.
So, of course we have to have patience, and we don't have that patience today. Mind is so restless. So, bringing that quietude in the mind is so hard. But our brilliance really is more shining only when the mind is quiet. That's why Gurudev always said, quiet and alert mind can alone meditate. And he was an exemplification of that. It was the very demonstration of that. So we had the great joy of watching him in action, and we could see the brilliance all the time. Tejasvine Namah. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru